Hello and welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to continue building our application, and right now we are going to move to a new part, which is our admin dashboard here. So what I'm going to do in this diagram, I'm going to take this line here and also cancel this part here. And now at this part also, I'm going to add a admin dashboard, or I can just add as admin. So admin dashboard, and yeah, I want to drag it so that we can be able to see it very clearly. So I'm going to add now the first thing that I'm going to do here. Already I have done the setup and I'm going to show you in a few. And this is because already I had done the setup for front end earlier on in other videos. So if you haven't gone through the other video, kindly go back and watch that video. So here I'm going to do the setup, and also we are going to look at the menu. And so let's see now how our backend should look like. So here I'm going to drag this up here, and if I come back here, you can be able to see this admin dashboard. So this is what we are going to build, or something that look like this. And also you will be able to see other pages like users, products here. So what we are going to look at today is how we can be able to create this layout here using React Router DOM. So our application is this one here, and you can see it's just an empty application. As just I have said in a second data, I also added that we already had a setup for our front end, so I don't see the need of going back and set up again. So also I have a documentation here on how to set up everything here, and also have removed my the boilerplate code so that we don't have to remove it together. But in the other part for the front end, I removed the boilerplate, so you can just check for that if you haven't gone through other videos. So let me now continue. So I have already have my admin dashboard here. The code you can see is still like here, and down here you can see is, my admin dashboard is running. So what I'm going to do, or the first thing that I'm going to do here, is to make sure that I create or install React Router DOM so that we can be able to install, to be able to create the layout that we'll have for our admin dashboard. So I'm going to just add here npm install React router DOM, like that. And also I'm going to install React icons, because also we need that. So icons, like that, React icons. So I'm going to install these two packages. So the first package, React router DOM here, we are going to actually set up now the layout here, because let me show you the layout how it looks like. So for our layout here, you can see we have this part here that is the home page, and the home page we have the sidebar here. We have these three cards here that shows the products, orders, and users. And also you can see on the right side here we have the total revenue, the total loss, we have this graph, and also we have this card that holds the latest transaction. After that, now also if I come to this page here, you'll notice that the menu is still there. It doesn't change, like you don't change from one page and then the menu disappears. The menu is still here. So I'm going to create the layout whereby this menu is still there even if you go to another page. So for the other part now, for example, if you want to log in, so let's try, for example, going to log in here. You'll be able to see that for the login here, yeah, you cannot be able to see the menu, because already also have created the layout that looks like that. So let's come here, and now for our code, let's see if it has already installed those two packages here, and you can see the packages have been installed. So I'm going to drag this down, because I think now we are not going to need to the terminal right now. So here I'm going to import several stuff. So I'm going to import from React DOM. React router DOM here, and I'm going to import create browser. So it will be create browser router. I'm going also to import outlet, and also I'm going to import router provider. So router provider right here. Also, the other thing that I want here is to be able to create a folder for the pages. So I'm going to have pages, and also inside this source folder also I'm going to create components. So components here. So for the components, the first thing that I'm going to add here is a menu, and that is our sidebar. I'm going to use RFC here to create the component here. So I'm going to remove the importation here. And also the other thing is here we are going to create like a home page. So let's have the home page here. I'm going to use RFCE, and let's also remove the importation here because we are not going to require that. And also for this one, for the pages, also we are going to create another page that is for users. And let me add the component. So, and the last page that I'm going to build for this case now, others we are going to create later on, is the product page. So, or the products page where we are going to display all the products. So let's do that. Here we have RFCE, and let me remove this importation also. I'm going to save that, and also here I'm going to save other pages. So even this component here. And what I'm going to do now is to create the layout here. And also I want to remove this here because I'm going to make sure that here I only have router provider, and for the router provider here we are going to have different props. But for now, let's first of all create the layout. So const and then layout. So let's have a layout here as a function, and this function here we will be able to actually to return. So let me first of all have the return here. I'm going to return a div. So let's have this brackets. So here I'm going to have a div. So have a div here like that. And for this one, inside here now, we are going to specify how our layout will look like. So the first thing that I'm going to have here is a class name. So to make sure that I add how I want them to look like. So, and then inside here, I'm going to have a div. And for this div here, I'm going to have to call the menu component. So I'm going to have the menu component. I don't know if I can do the auto completion. So let's just import it manually because as a save cannot be able to import it manually. So import menu from, and we are going to get the menu component from components and then menu right there. And then after that, I'm going to have another div here. And for this div now, I'm going to have the outlet. So outlet like that. And this is because now what we want is that you can see here, first of all, we have a display flex. That means that we want our menu and other pages which are represented by outlet to be side by side, because you can see in this case here we have the menu and we have the other pages. You can see other pages are displayed here on the right. So that's what I'm doing. So, and then after that, another thing that I'm going to do is I want now to create a router. So let's come up here. After now we have the layout, let's create a router. So for the router here, So let's come here and create. So let's create here a router. So let's do that, create router. And oh, actually this is the I want to have this function from router DOM. And I think this has a small, yeah, it has a small c here. So I'm going to have it like that, and this is a function that accepts array and as an argument, and then inside this array here we can specify the path, which is the route. So here I'm going to have the, for example, the default route, and also after that we are going to have a element. So element here will, for example, we are going to specify here the element here to be the layout, or you can add as a page here. But in this case, because we want, when you go to the default page here, you are going to have to see like a different page. So that's why I have included this layout here. So, and then after that, I'm going to have children, because now other pages will be embedded here. So we are going to have the children here, and now after that, we can also have inside these children, we can have now the path, and this part here we can have the default page here. We are going to show an element or the page, which is our home page. So I don't think I can be able to auto import it, so I'm going to import it manually. So I'm going to import home, and I'm going to import home from now, not component, but the pages here and the home, like that. So after that, I'm going to add other parts now, actually. So for example, the user, so I'm going to import users. So import users from now the pages, also pages, and from users, like that. After that, let me import product or products page. So products page, and this is from pages, and then products, like that. So if you're feeling like I'm going too fast, this is because this already we had done in the other video. So you can go back and watch the other video where we set up the layout and everything to do with React Router DOM, explain everything. So so that when you come back to this video, you can be able to understand everything. So for this one will be users, and here I can have the users page now. So users page, and then after that I can have now the products page. So products page, like that. For this one I can have the products, like that. So products page, like that. And then the last thing that we need to do here is to set up. So here we need to set up the router as a prop. So I'm going to add here the router that we have created. So if I do this, save that, and let's see in our admin dashboard here, you can see first of all in the this home page here, you can see we have menu and home. So let's try to go to users path. So if I go to the users here, you can see the menu still is here, and users, we go to the other page, which is user. So that's what I wanted. And also if we try and go to the product page, so products page, you will be able to see that menu will be still here, and the products here is the only that changes. So I'm going back now and try to create now the menu. So the menu is this part here on our left side. So let's come back here to my code. I'm going to format this because I feel that there's a lot of spaces. So I'm going to also cancel this or close that app.jsx. And in here, I want first of all to import the icons, because you can see here we have a lot of icons that you are using. You can see we have these icons here, and already I had prepared those icons, so we are not going to import them manually. So I'm going to copy that, and remember we had already actually installed these React icons, so it is very easy. So I'm going to come up here, import that, and we are going to use them here. So the first thing now in this part for menu. So now here what I'm going to do, let me first of all remove that space, and now inside this part here, let me first of all style. So class name, I'm going to specify first of all the height. So we are going to have a height of 100 v height, and also I'm going to have a background should be a variation of gray. This one I'm going to give 100, and also I'm going to give a padding of 20 pixels. I'm also going to give the width of 350 pixels, and also you're going to have a shadow to be large like this. So this one I'm going to give a width of 350, and then other pages will take the rest of the page, so, or the other part. So if I save that, and here you can already see that we have this part here for the menu, and you can see now the other pages will take this other part here. So let's go to the home page here, and also you'll be able to see that we have the menu side here, we have the home. So I'm going to also come up here, and I'm going to create an ordered list here to display our icons and our text. So let me first of all make sure that I style this. So class name here, I'm going to give the styling. So flex will be column, because this icon and text will be vertically. So I'm going to use items start also, and also I'm going to give justify to be start. So also I'm going to give margin top of 20 pixels, and also I'm going to give a padding left of, let's say, something like 20 pixels like that. So if I save this and come back here, you'll not be able to see any significant change. So after that, now let's try and have the first icon and the text. So this one here. So the first thing here, let's add the for example, the icon. So the first one is home icon, and after the home icon here, also I'm going to have the text. So text here is home. So let's see how it will look like in this case, so that we style. So you can see we have the icon here, and also we have the text here. So let's do now the styling. So I'm going to have a class name here. So the first thing that I want is to make sure that they are horizontal to each other. So I'm going to add flex and then items to be center, to be on the same line. And also I'm going to give a font size of the icon and the text. And this one I'm going to give a 20 pixels font size. And if I come back here, you can be able to see that we have this here. You can see we have now icon and home here. So the other thing that I'm going to specify here is cursor will be pointer like that, and also I'm going to have a margin top to be of 20 pixels, and then I want to give transition colors, so this one. And the last thing is duration of the animation, or that a bit of animation. So this one will be here. So I'm going to save that. And if I come back here, you can see that there's a space here in between. So let's do that. So let me just come up here, and for the icon here, I'm going to give a styling. So margin right of 15 pixels, and also I'm going to give a text color. So for the text here, I'm going to give a variation of pink color. So this is I'm going to give EF and then 93 and also DB like that. So this is just a pink color. So if I do that, you can be able to see that now it's here. So, and then also the other thing that I want to do is that I want to give I think a styling, but I think we can just for now leave it like that. So format here the code. So I'm going to copy this and we are going to have the another one here, and this one will be profile. So profile, and then here this one will be just another icon for user like that. Let's see now how it looks like. So you can see now we have this file user here. So if I come back here, also you can see we have this line here, the horizontal line. So let's add that. So for the horizontal line here, let's add it here. And also we are going to have a styling class name here, and we are going to have a width of full. For styling, I'm going to have a margin here y of 20 pixels, and also I'm going to have a border gray, border of variation of gray, and then the variation here I'm going to give with 300 like that. If I save this, let's see if this will work. Yeah, you can see here we have this line here. So let's continue with other icons now. So for this, I'm going to have another icon here and the text. So after that, we can have another icon, and in this case, I'm going to add the users. So here I'm going to have users, and for users here, I'm going to have for users. I think this one we have it as actually let me add as far box. I think this will be much better. And if I come back here, you can be able to see here we have that, and I think I can import file users. I don't know if this one will be there, but yeah, you can see we have file users there because I need to show that it's a lot of users or people, a group of people. And then after that, I'm going also to copy again. I'm going to have now after the users, we are going to have the products. So let's have the products here. And in this case now I can add here far box. So I'm going to add also another here. And for this one, after the products, we can have now the orders. So orders here, orders. And for the icon for the orders here, I can use an icon called for clip list, clipboard list here. And let me save that, come back here. You can see we have that orders here. So after that, I'm going to copy this line here and paste down here like that. I'm going to copy also this icon and text here so that we continue using it right here. So after the users, I'm going to have another one which is banners. So because also we are going to have banners. So banners, and for the banners here, see the icon that I'm going to use for the banners, and I'm going to use a far elementor like that. I'm going to have also for after the far banners here, I'm going to have also the settings. So settings, and this one we are going to use a far cog icon. So I'm going to let me specify it here. Don't want to okay, yeah, I'm going to have far cog. Yeah, you can see it's there. And I think we have also the other one here for after the setting we can have the other one, and this one will be backups. So backups, and here we can have the far HDD for the hard disk icon. So after that, now I think we can have a line again. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here like that, and let's continue with other parts. Now we are going to have charts, so copy this, paste it here, and then for this one we are going to have charts, so to show the graphs and everything. So for this far HDD here, and for the charts I'm going to use far chart bar like that, and also I'm going to have all logs here, so all logs like that, all logs. And then I think now after that, let's specify the icon. So for the logs here, I'm going to have a clipboard, and now the other part here we are going to have is the logout. So the logout, and for the logout here, I'm going to have a user here. So I think I can have maybe far sign out, something of the sort. Let me see if I have far sign out alt, yeah, like that. I think that's okay now. So if I save that, come back here, you can see we have a logout here, we have the users, we have now we have like the whole menu here. So I think I want to add, when you hover over this part here, you can have like a different maybe background. So let's do that. So I'm going to come up here, and for this one, let's add hover here. So hover, and then I'm going to have a BG, which is pink, and a variation of, like, for example 300, and then I'm going to have a text, also hover, we're going to have a text which is white like that. So if I do that, let's see if it will work now. So yeah, you can see we have that here, and I'm going to here have a maybe the padding for the text here. The padding should be, for example, actually let's have a padding. So the padding, we can have a padding of, let's say, 20 pixels like that, and let's save that. And actually here should be when we have text. So when we have a text here, let's have a text. So and have a text, that's when we have the padding here. So let's do this. So if I do that, you can see we have a different color here. So I think what I can do is that I can just gray out. So let me just remove this styling here. Oh, this one we can do in the next video. So let me just remove them. This styling, we are going to look at that in the other video. So I think what we can do now is to push now our code. So I'm going to come up here, clear. I'm going to check for the branches that I have. So git branch, you can see we are on front end here, and I'm going to create another branch here. So for this branch is called admin. I'm going to check out to that branch, or to switch. So I'm going to switch to that, and if I do now git branch here, you can be able to see now we have the git branch here, and also we have switched to that branch. So I'm going to add everything, commit, and this one I can add here, added admin, and I'm going to push my code. So git push origin, and I'm going to push now the admin branch. So let me add the passphrase, and after that, now let's come here and do the pull request. So I want to add here the I'm going to do the pull request here. So I'm going to repos, and in this case also, this is where we are doing the we are pushing our code. So here we need to see, like, yeah, you can see we have this a notification. So compare and pull request. I'm going to create merge this because we want to merge it with our master branch, and after that it will be checking for ability to merge automatically, and merge, confirm merge, it's merging, and then after that we have actually done everything. So I'm going to close that and want to end this video here. So if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, also like this video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I upload the next part of this project or any other video. So have a great day. See you on the next video.